going on? It's your boy Tater Barber. I'm back again with an amazing transformation, man. My boy had the kind of nappy look going on, so he wanted to get his hair cut. So I gave him the nice little cut with the ball fade. He wanted to get the waves at the top, so I went on ahead and blessed him. So we finna get into this video, man. Humble Hustle 89. I always remember that. Let's get it. Peace. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Tater Barber, and I'm coming at y'all with an amazing transformation, man. I had to get my boy right. Shout out to Rob, man. And this right here coming up is gonna be what I did after. Yeah, I put him in the game, man. I had to. My boy drove 2 hours just to get this cut. So what you see I'm doing here, I'm cutting his tips of his hair out because they were dreads, and the clippers and the guard wouldn't go through that, so I had to take it down bit by bit. I was keeping it at a steady pace, not moving too slow, not moving too fast, just a nice steady pace, man. That's all you got to do. And you see me just taking the hair down piece by piece. That's all. And I'm picking it out, getting ready to cut it down. Even though it looks kind of uneven, that doesn't matter, So I picked it out, and I seen a little bit more spots I needed to get that was blocked up because he had his hair for so long. So now I got a 2-guard on there, and the 2-guard is closed, and I'm going straight back, taking his hair off. And the cut I'll be doing is a ball fade. I'm just going straight back with the 2-guard. That's all. Excuse me. Staying real consistent, And as you can see, as I'm cutting his hair off, he still has hair like standing up, but I'm gonna take care of that soon. Y'all see he feeling his head. He ain't felt that in a minute. It's been a while since he seen his head like this. So I'm combing the hair down, seeing what's still left, and I got my 1-guard open. Got the 1-guard open, going with the grain. As you can see right there, I got the going with the grain. You got to be careful when you go with the grain, man, because if you don't follow that growth pattern, man, you'll plug them. And if you plug them, man, y'all might as well go outside and start scrapping, because don't nobody want to be plugged. Everybody want that. No one wants the average haircut anymore. They want the most crisp and tight. And when people look, they be like, man, where you get your haircut from? That's what people want. So you see I'm combing the hair as the way it go, and I'm brushing, cutting the way it grows, staying real consistent, And now I'm starting my first guideline. My clippers are all the way closed, and I have these 0 gap, and that's why I'm using them to ball it out. These are my wall seniors. And when you cut, man, it's best for you to have either a small brush or a comb, because if you got a big brush in your hand, man, that's too much. You got a small mini brush to use, that's good to have. I have a couple of them. You can get them from the hair store for about $1.50 a piece. So now I'm making my first guideline. I'm going up about 1/2 inch. I'm going all the way around. And now I got my clipper halfway closed, and I'm taking out that bottom line. It's just the same step, man. Remember, it's always 3 steps to a fade. 3 steps. That's all you need, man. Just 3 steps. If you can manage them 3 steps and maintain your fade, and make sure you don't go up too high, man, you're gonna have yourself a masterpiece. And you always gotta remember, it can be a perfect fade, but if the lining ain't right, you might as well just not even get paid, man. See, I'm just staying real consistent, man. I'm taking this bottom line out, Now I got my 1-guard open. I'm going against the grain, making my second line, as you can see right there. Going up about another 1/2 inch. Excuse me. See, I'm combing as I make my lines. Flick out a couple times, comb. Flick out a couple times, comb. And you see I'm using that wrist, man. Like I said in my first video, you always use that wrist when you fading or doing any type of tapers. Now you see I got my one guard closed, and I'm gradually taking out my second bottom line. There we go, man. Getting it together. Now you see I got my 1/2. Now I got it closed, taking the bulk out that bottom line. Just flicking out, man. Using the wrist, the flick of the wrist, you know. And in certain areas I seen it was more hair and weight, so I had to play with and use my leather and go up and down. Now you see that line being taken out, and I'm gonna go up a little bit higher. Now I got my 1 1/2, and it's all the way open, and I'm going up. I'm just taking out that weight at the top. That's the third step. Like I said, it's on 3 steps to a fade, man. You go by these 3 steps, you can never go wrong. I'm gradually moving my lever up. I'm just taking out that weight at the top. And you'll see it starting to come to a blend, coming down gradually as I'm fading and using my lever, playing with it, going up and going down. That's what you do when you fading. You see certain spots where you got to move your lever. You see the fade coming in nice, man. It's coming in smooth. Just got to get that bulk up there at the top, you know. And when you got your client in the chair, man, make sure that they find and, you know, keep a nice conversation with them. Don't just sit there and be quiet and not talk to them. You know, that makes the client feel uncomfortable. So if you see them talk or laugh in the video a couple times, you know, we was joking around, laughing. That's what keeps a good customer around. This been my boy since 6th grade, man. Shout out to him. Now I got my 1/2, and I'm just flicking out, you know, critiquing my work at the bottom. Just making sure everything nice and smooth, man. That's all. Staying real consistent. That's all, man. Just taking out them lines. And as you can see, if you see a line like going kind of diagonal, that's like a crease in his head. So it makes it look like it's a line there, but it's not. It's just like a little crease in his head. Staying real consistent, man. That's all I'm doing, you know. So you see I completed the fade, and now I'll be performing the edge up, and I use my spritz, the ion finishing. You can get it at Sally's for about $4, $5. I said it in my last video. It works real good, man. I recommend everybody to get it, man. It holds that hair in place, and it's not too heavy either. It won't get in your clippers either. It's a real good product. And you see I'm using my Andis hair dryer to dry the hair off, and I'm combing down. Make sure the hair is nice and flat so I can get that crisp, sharp line up, you know. Excuse me. Just drying it off, making sure it's dry, you know. Now I'm beginning my line up. And always stretch that skin, man. Stretch that skin so you can get that real sharp line up. And people ask me how I set my blades, man. If y'all want me to, I'll do a video on how I set my blades if y'all want me to. You know, I think I do pretty good, me personally. I want to send them off to somebody like the hair tailor so I can see what the difference is, you know. You see, I'm just making sure that angle is at a nice 90-degree angle. Make sure it's nice and sharp. Making sure his corners are right. I reckon, and man, I recommend everybody go get you a pair of Wall Heroes, man. They excellent, man. I love them. Wouldn't trade them for nothing in the world. Be honest with you. So now you see, I'm getting the other side of his head. Staying real consistent, man. Tap and go, man. That's all I'm doing is a tap and go. When you got good clippers, man, it's just a simple tap and go. And I was kind of excited while doing this cut because my boy said he was going to cut his hair for the longest, and he kept procrastinating about it. And I was like, man, you got to go ahead and do it and stop playing. He's like, all right. So, man, I was excited while doing this cut. So now you see me lining up his sideburns. Make sure they're nice and crisp, man. He like him kind of skinny, so I did that for him. Just a tap and go. That's all it is. Just tap and go, man. That's all. When you edging somebody up, man, you gotta make sure your clippers are not biting nobody or scratching nobody, man. Just make sure they straight. See how mine's hitting, he not budging or moving. That's how I know they good. You know, I didn't use these on little kids and asked them did they hurt, and they was like no, so I know they good. But if he say they hurt, then that means something wrong. It's a problem. But you know, I'm getting up on this neck, making sure everything's straight, man. And one thing I want to say, man, I've been thinking about competing in the Broner Brothers student competition, man. I've been thinking about it hard. Y'all let me know whether I should do it or not. You know, I'm pretty confident. I got a little bit of potential. I want to know what y'all think, man. Should I do it? Yes or no? Yay or nay? You know, my instructor, he been asking me, am I gonna do it? I've been thinking about it. Actually, the entering is not even that much. I looked online and it's pretty decent. But you see me putting a part in his head. You know, he wanted the little juice part. And when you doing parts, man, when you doing any kind of parts or designs or anything, that people say they're hard, but you got to think of it like this: parts and designs are nothing but circles, angles, and lines. That's all they are, man. They're not hard. You know, I still have some trouble doing things, but I'm getting there. There's certain things I can do, or you know, do real good on. The main thing is when you're doing design, you use the two corners. Those are your pencils. Those are what you draw with. Those what you use to put that art in your client's head. So I put the part in already. I'm hitting the other side, making sure it's nice and sharp. And now I'm using this Kiss spray. It's my first time using it. I had picked it up at the beauty supply store when I had went, and I wanted to try it out. It wasn't too bad, you know. I was satisfied with it. Excuse me. You know, the only thing I didn't like is that I had to, every time I sprayed, I had to shake it, because I didn't like that. That was one thing I didn't like. But majority of it, I think it did pretty good, man. You know. And when I was sprayed, it was spray, and sometimes it'll spray out air. I won't feel on that, but when it did spray, it did very well. That's the only downfall. That's the only downfall. So now you see me just holding this little piece of cardboard over his hairline, making sure it won't get over his head. It makes and this stuff right here, man. This what people like. This what people pay extra for. This what people pay extra for. So you know, somebody see them, they be like, man, I gotta go where you going. It's advertisement. So now you see me lining them up after I sprayed the stuff to his hair, and I'm putting back in the part, making sure it's nice and crisp. I'm just using my corner, man. That's all you do when you're doing parts. Any type of lines or squiggly lines, you use your part, your two corners, man. Those are your pencils. You know, when I first started doing parts, man, it used to take me forever. I would do a ball fade and do a part on the side, and it would take me like 30 minutes just to do that one simple part. So now you see I'm laying my client back. I'm about to apply the razor to his hairline and make sure it's nice and crisp. And remember, man, when you're using the razor, you always stretch that skin as tight as possible. Tight as possible. And one thing people like to see is that ash, that ash be on that hairline, man. People love that. You know. My boy said now that he done cut his hair, he gonna get his waves. So I'll do another video of him. Hopefully, you'll see some waves with this. Some of y'all be getting seasick, getting dizzy. You know. Now you see him applying the pressure to his part. Make sure it's nice and in there so people can see it and he can see it. And that's the cut, man. I appreciate y'all watching, man. I hope y'all liked it. That's a crazy transformation, man. I appreciate my boy Rob for letting me do the transformation on him, man. I hope y'all liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all get up with me. Tater Barber. You know I'm out. Peace.